going on, guys? I'm sitting up here at the mill, patiently waiting my turn to get loaded, picking up a load of lumber. That's what I haul, is lumber, for the most part. And pretty much the only place I go is Texas. Texas has no lumber, so I haul lumber out there. Yeah, got this guy here. If you can see, he's coming out. You go in down here and make a left turn and make a loop around, but he's coming out right there. But I got to pull in over there behind that curtain side trailer there. You loop around, and I don't know how well you can see there, but there's a little office building there in the middle with a green top. You loop around behind it, pull up right there where that red truck's at, and then back up over there by that warehouse. They load you, you pull forward right there and strap down where that red truck's at. And then you go over here. See that truck right there? That's back behind me. You pull over there to Tarp. That's the truck that just pulled out and went by me. Pull over there and Tarp. See in my mirror, there's a truck just pulled up behind me to get loaded. That guy's tarping down over there. I don't tarp mine unless it's raining. Some of these guys tarp every load. Yeah, I don't tarp mine unless it's raining. And if it's just a light rain, if I can get by with it, I won't tarp it. The tarps I have weigh about 90 pounds a piece, and it's hard to pick up a 90-pound tarp by yourself and drag it around and roll it back up. You're looking at about 45 minutes or so to tarp it, and probably 30 to drag both of them off, to 45. Some days, depending on how bad the wind's blowing, to roll them up and get them stacked back on the truck and everything. Your slam wore out, you're filthy, they have road film all over them. If they're wet, you're dragging them around in the dirt, they get just filthy. So yeah, it sucks. So I try not to do that as much as possible. Anyway, we're going to get this picked up, get it strapped down here in a minute. I've sat up here before for 5 or 6 hours, but I've only been here today about 30 minutes so far, and I should be hopefully within the next 2 hours loaded, I hope. There's only about 3-4 trucks ahead of me right now, I think. They usually, depends on how busy or how many lifts they got going, 20 to 30 minutes in truck sometimes. Sometimes it takes them longer, but that should be about average, about 20 to 30 minutes in the truck, and then time to strap down and whatever. Takes about 20 minutes to strap everything down. But anyway, I'm going to pull on up here and get loaded. Well, guys, I'm sitting up here at the truck stop about 45 minutes from the mill where I picked this lumber up at. I may wind up having to tarp this. I've never been to this place before. It's not raining or anything, but it says something on the invoice here that I've never seen before. I'll show you. Got the camera to focus here. Customer must see load tarp. I've never seen that before. You can see above it where it says tarp load, they all say that. But I've never seen must see load tarp. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's the indication I probably ought to tarp this, because if I pull up there and it's not tarp, they won't take it, turn it down, and the mill's not going to be real happy with me, because that's my responsibility. And so I may wind up having to tarp this. My friend Jake, he's up there getting loaded right now, and I'm just kind of hanging out here. I'm going to go in there and get a bite to eat. But I'm going to ask him his thoughts on it. I think he's been here one time before. I don't know whether he was tarped or not or whatever, but I'm going to ask him his thoughts, and I'll show you the lumber here and why I hate to tarp this stuff, especially when it doesn't need it unless it's raining. There's my tarps right there. I keep them stacked right there. And they got to go up there. And they put gaps in this lumber if it's not a full length. See, there's a gap right there. The gap right there. The other side's even worse than that. The big gap right there goes all the way to the trailer floor. Big gap right there goes all the way to the trailer floor. So they once you tarp this stuff, you can see how that can be an issue right there. You throw your tarps down and try to roll them out up there. You walk across the tarps and you can't see where those gaps are at. It's hard to see, and you fall, step in one of them and fall and hit the ground. You know, you see me standing beside the trailer here. See how far above my head it is. You fall and hit the ground, that's not going to feel too well. It's probably going to break something. So I don't like being up there no more than I have to. I don't like wrestling with the tarps. Just because, I mean, it's a sunny day. But I may have to. I'm going to ask him his opinion and see what he's going to do. And make a decision off of that. But anyway, I'm about to go in here and get a bite to eat. I talked to Jake. We are going to tarp this, but we're going to wait till we get up there. We'll help one another tarp it. We're going to get up there. There's a truck stop about 15 miles from where we got to go, and I've stayed at this truck stop before. And we're going to wait till we get there and tarp it when we get there, and then we'll just have to, you know, drive 15 miles and untarp it. I really hate to do that, but it says on the invoice they must see the load tarped, so that's what we're going to do. So anyway, fixing to pull out of here. It's still got dark now, and head on over toward Dallas way. Well, guys, we are pulling out of the truck stop here. Jake's in front of me. For those of you that don't know, Jake's a friend of mine. He's got a truck and I got a truck. We haul together. We can usually get, most places order lumber, you know, 3, 4, 5 truckloads at a time, and we can usually get a load going to the same place. So it makes things easier. You got a tarp, untarp, somebody to help you, and whatnot. If you get lost, you know, if one of us has been there before, or you break down and one of you can help the other one out and whatnot. We've had pretty much all of those scenarios occur, but just make things a little bit easier. Quick Trip in Greenville, Texas. Seeing that mirror there. Drop that tire off in that culvert. I've been here about probably 100 times in the last year, I would say. So feel like I'm at home, kinda. Except I'm about 4.5 hours from home. Got about another 30 minutes or so. Well, about 15 minutes from where we're sleeping, about 30 minutes to where I gotta deliver this to. So you can never sleep here because it's always full. But you gotta pull in here and get some fuel, because as you see, I'm just about slam out. I usually don't run it that low, but it happens. So, Poppy's getting here. I'll get the one beside him. yeah, I'll stop here a lot. We come out this way a good bit. Me and Jake both do. We usually try to stop here and get fuel. Their fuel's usually cheaper than anybody else's. And it's 209 today. So, yeah, you try to stop here. I don't know how well you can hear me with all the trucks and all the noise. It's pretty loud out here. But anyway, we're gonna go down the road about, let's say, about 15 minutes from here. There's another truck stop, a little small truck stop, kind of like the one I was at earlier, and they usually have enough parking out back. But we'll go down there and get some sleep, throw some tarps on this. I wish I'd have known we was going to have to tarp this to start with. I would have had the forklift driver set the tarps up there for me, but I didn't know till I was getting ready to pull out and they handed me the bill of lading. It was actually on there. I was going to have to tarp this. Guys, it's the next morning. I got this tarp about halfway tarped anyway. Like I say, I only got to go 15 miles. This should suffice for that. I think this is retarded having to tarp something when it's you know, weather's pretty and everything, but it is what it is, I guess. But I don't know, a lot of people is probably going to be like, well, why don't you tarp every load? To me, this is equal to going out in your backyard and digging a hole for 45 minutes and covering it up for 45 minutes. You haven't accomplished anything and you haven't made any money. That's about what this amounts to. It doesn't pay any extra for tarping. The deal is we're responsible for keeping the load dry. But you know, it's not raining, so this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I guess that's what they want, so we'll have to do. But I don't have to be happy about it. It's kind of pointless. But anyway, enough about that. I guess I'll go on down here and drag the start back off and roll it back up. See you guys in a bit. Guys, I made it back finally to start again. Killed a lot of time. Got down there and Jake actually asked the guy about tarping the forklift driver about did we have to tarp it or not, and he said we could have got by without it, but didn't know. Never been there before, so always a good idea to tarp it, because some places will turn it down. But another one of those lessons learned. But anyway, made it back. My air conditioner blower went out. I've got the fan on, got a clip-on fan on. I took the dash, pulled it loose, got down there, and I can beat on the side of the blower and it'll come on. But, so I have to check that out. There's a regulator on the side of it, speed regulator, resistor on the side of the blower. So I don't know if it's it or the actual blower motor. But I'll test it out, figure that out, get it put in. It's too hot to ride in here, but that got me a little cool air and made it back to the house. So that is it. Till the next trip. Well, guys, I found out what was going on with the blower motor. When I got back, I took the blower motor on out and carried it in there and it had some corrosion on the terminals. It mounts inside the evaporator box, where most blower motors, just the fan part sticks through, and the actual motor and the plug-in is outside. This one, the whole thing, the plug and all, is inside the evaporator box, so the moisture gets in the plug, and it's got the speed control regulator, resistor, whatever it's called. I think this is actually like a regulator. It's got little diodes and stuff in it instead of just like a coil resistor like some things had. But anyway, it all of it had water in it, and I took it all apart, cleaned it good, and took and tried to tighten the terminals up and put some dielectric grease on it, put it back together, and it's working. So great that that's all it was, and didn't cost me anything other than time. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys.